Hello everyone. Today let's solve the problem number 76 on Leetcode, right? The minimum window substring. So what the question says, given two strings s and t, the length of m and n of the lengths m and n respectively, return the minimum window substring of s such that every character in t including duplicates is included in the window. If there is no such substring, then return the empty string. If there is no substring, they have clearly mentioned we have to return the empty string. The test cases will be generated such that the answer is unique. This is fine. So let's consider the example 1. So this one they have given ADOBE code BANC, right? So the T consists of the characters A, B, C. So this one in the output they have given BANC. The minimum window substring BANC includes A, B and C from the string C. So the minimum window substring within the window, all the characters of T, that is A, B, C, that present is that we can get as BANC, right? This one. So this is the output. The second and third one is similar. Third one is nothing but we are getting the empty string. They have clearly mentioned if there is no such substring, then return the empty string. Second one is nothing but A. The entire string is in the minimum window, A and A, right? So the output will be A. So let's write the code and dry run the code to understand, right? So first what I'll do, let's create the counter object to store the frequency of the characters in T. So for that one, I'll just come here. Let me give counter equals this one, empty object. Next, let me make use of for loop. Let O of T. Let's initialize to 0 if undefined, right? So I'll just keep counter O equals 0. Next step, we will increment the count for the character O. Nothing but counter of O. So sorry, this is not 0 basically O. This has to be O as well. Not the value basically. Sorry. This has to be 1. What we are doing here, we are incrementing the count for the character O. After this, what we'll do, we'll write the function to compare the two dictionaries. Nothing but the frequency maps, right? So I'll just write the function compare dictionaries A, B. So next I'll just consider individual characters in A. Let O in A. What I'll do, if not of O in B or A of 0 greater than P of 0. Then what we'll do, if B lacks a character in A or has fewer occurrences, we are returning false. Again, I'm telling, if B lacks a character in A or has fewer occurrences, then we will just return false. Let me give false here. Next one, if B has all the required characters with sufficient count, then only we will return true. If B has all the required characters with the sufficient count, then only we will return true. I'll just let me return. This is fine. Next, what we'll do, we'll start the sliding window. Initially, I'll initialize the start to 0 and let's make use of the local counter for the characters in the current window. Local counter, I'll just give this one LC and initialize this one to empty object. Next, let's initialize the answer as null. In my case, I'll just take answer and let me initialize this one to null. Next, let's iterate from the 0th index, right? This one. Let's iterate from the 0th index. So let me give let end equals 0 and less than length of the s, nothing but this one, length of the s. Finally, increment the end. Next, let's initialize to 0 if undefined. So local counter s of n, right? This has to be. So this is ES 2021 syntax basically. So let's what we have made, we have initialized to 0 if undefined. Next, let's increment the count for the characters, right? After this one, we have to increment the character for the next one, right? For that one, I'll just give, I'll see local counter of s of n. For the increment, I'll just give +1, or you can just increment ++ also you can give. Next, let's make use of the while loop. While the current window contains all the characters of t, nothing but this one. While the current window consists of all the characters of t with sufficient count, then what we'll do, at least one, once it has to be, once the characters A, B, C has to be found, right? So after that one, what we'll do, we will update the smallest window. That is, we have to update the smallest window that has been found. Mainly, we have to return the minimum window substring of s, right? Let me make use of the while loop and write while comparedx function. So I'll just copy this one. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. So counter, comma, LC is nothing but local counter. So if answer is null or end minus start +1 less than length of the answer, last one. If this is less than the answer, then what we'll do, we'll update the smallest window found. To update the smallest window, we can just make use of slice, right? S dot slice of start, comma, n +1, where we have started, and the end is nothing but we are giving n +1. So we are making use of slice, right, in this case. So next, what I'll do, let's decrement the count for the starting character. How we can do that? LC of s of within the array start minus equals 1 or minus also you can give. Also, let's move the start of the window forward. So whenever we find the window that consists of this one, these characters, so after this one, we have to move to the next window, right? For that one, what I'll give, start less equals 1. Nothing but start is equal to start +1. Finally, just give me a second. What I have done here? Just give me a second. So what I have done here is, this closing braces has to be here. Why? Sorry. Yeah. So finally what we'll do, we'll return the smallest window or an empty string if the characters with the smallest window is not found. Minimum window substring is not found, basically. So for that one, what we'll do, I'll just give a return answer, or if it is not found, then we'll be displaying the empty string. Fine. This is fine. Let me format the code once and let me hit the submit. So line number 21, we have given double semicolon. Where is this one? Let me remove this one. We hit the submit. Oh, this is giving me wrong answer, right? T equals ABC. Output, this one is giving BA and C. Just give me a second. So here I have done a mistake. This has to be counter of O, right? I changed this one. I forgot to change this one, I think. That is fine. Let me hit the submit again. So this is giving us time limit, etc., right? Let's check again. Again, here as well, in the line number 10, this has to be A of O and B of O, not A of 0 and B of 0. So everywhere I have given 0, I think. This is fine. Let me hit the submit again. So yeah, now this is correct, right? So in everywhere, so in most of the cases, what I have done is, instead of O, I have typed 0. Sorry for that. Next, let's try run the code. Let's see with this example, basically this one, right? So we are considering this example, right? Let's initialize the counter, nothing but this one. Counter consists of A, B and C. Let me give A, B and C. A, this one has to be 1, B has to be 1 and C has to be 1, right? So LC, nothing but the local counter, initially is, we have initialized an empty object. Start, we have given this one here. This one start has been 0, this one, and minimum length is infinity, and here answer is null. Basically, we have set this one to null, right? In the first iteration, what happens is end is equal to 0. We have somewhere, here this one for loop. End equals 0, and S of end is nothing but first one, the 0th index A here. A, right? A is 1. So compare dicts of counter and LC. So just give me a second. So here I'll explain from the first iteration. So end will be 0, this one. S of end will be this one, right? A. So LC will be A equals 1 initially, and the compare dicts of counter comma LC is false. This one we are considering, right? While this one will be false. So not all the characters in T are covered. A, B, C, 3 has to be covered, right? So iteration 2, what happens? End will be 1. We will move to D, and LC, A will be 1, B will be this one. A will be 1 and B will be 1, basically. So all the characters in the T is still not covered, right? C, we have not got C. So compare dicts of counter comma LC will be false. Next, what we'll do? We will move to the O, this one. And we are moving S of n to O. LC will be A1, B1 and C will be 1. Now, A1, B1, we have found the O, right? C is not 1 yet. Sorry, not this one. We will find the O. O is 1, basically. Let me make this one O. O is 1, and the compare dicts of counter comma LC will be false, because still we have not found the C. Next, we will move the end pointer, right? Nothing but this one. We'll move this one to B. So yeah, this one, B is 1, O is 1, A, D, O, yeah. Now it will move to B. So B, LC is now A1, B, D1, O1 and B is 1. So basically still we have not got the C. So compare dicts of counter and LC will be false. This one will be again false. Next, the fifth iteration will be, and we will move to the E basically now. E. So E will be 1 now. Let me give E equals 1. Now A will be 1, D will be 1, O will be 1, B and E will be 1 as well. Compare dicts of counter and LC is still false, because we have not found the string C, right? We have not found the string C yet. So in the sixth iteration, we will move the end to next character, and it will be, next index, and it is C. Now it will be C will be 1. Now least counter will be A1, D1, B, O1, B1, E1 and C is also 1. Now compare digits of counter and LC is this one will be true. Why this will be true? Basically we have got the A, B and C which are present in T. The characters that are present in T should be present in the substring as well, right? So what is the thing, what is the substring we have got? A, D, O, B, E, C, right? This one. And yeah, this is it. Next, we'll carry on the same iteration, right? We'll carry on with the, so you'll carry on the iterations. I'll not show the every iteration. So I have just showed you the one example where you'll get all the characters in the substring, basically A, B and C we are getting, right? This is one substring. The next substring, when we carry on the iteration, we'll get is D, O, B, E, C, O, D, E, B and A. This is the next thing. Here we'll get A, B and C. The next, this thing we get is B, E, C, O. I'll just write this one first. B, E, C, O, D, E, B, A basically. So yeah. First one I showed you. The second one will be D, O, B, E, C, O, D, E, B, A. This one. The third one will be this one. And fourth one will be C, O, D, E, B, A. So when we carry on with the iterations, the substrings that we get with A, B and C, the first one will be this one, second one will be this one, third one will be this one, and fourth one will be this one. The fifth one will be, just give me a second, O, D, E, B, A, N, C. This is the fifth one, right? This is the fifth one. And the sixth one will be D, E, B, A, N, C. So here also we can see A, B and C are present. So the final one will be B, A, N, C. We carry on the iterations. These are the this one. These are the substrings with A, B, C we will get. So first one is this, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth, sixth and seventh. So what we have to display? We have to return the minimum window substring, right? In the questions they have clearly mentioned we have to display the minimum window substring of S. Here out of this, which one is the minimum window substring? Here we can see we can see that B, A, N, C, right? Nothing but this one, the last one. So in the B, A, N, C, we have got A, B and C. That is nothing but present in T. Same thing. So this is the minimum window substring. So I'll just delete this one. So let me hit the submit again. So yeah, this is correct, right? This is working anyway. And the time complexity here would be big of n into m. Why the time complexity is big of n into m? N is the length of the S and m is the length of T. Basically, this is because each character in S, we are comparing the dictionaries which can take up to big of m time. So I'll just mention here. Time complexity would be big O of n and space complexity, big O of n into m and the space complexity would be big of n plus m. Why the space complexity would be big of n plus m? First, where n is the space for the lead counter dictionary and m is the space for the counter dictionary. These two things, right? These two things. So, and this is because we are storing the character frequencies for both S and T. That is why the space complexity is big O of n plus m. I'll just mention here n plus m. Let me comment this one. So yeah, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.